Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Hi, Raven. Hi, Jay. Oh, it's Zen. Hey, Zen, how are you? I was just getting Instagram going. I couldn't get it to load for some reason. Hi, Goose, how are you? Hi, Carol. Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you. Hi, Bremer. I'm well. I'm well. Nice to see you guys. Hi, Gwendolyn. Hi, the style. How are you? Hi, Joe. Joe, I look familiar. I don't think we've ever met. Hi. Oh, thanks, Nicholas. Love to you in Sweden as well. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Daryl. I appreciate it. Hi, Nat. Hi, Louise. Merry Christmas. Hi, Stefan. How are you? Hi, Erica. Yeah, I'm in the GTA. I'm in the GTA. Mm-hmm. Hi, Goose. I am from Toronto, Canada. Hello. How are you? Hi, Woodine. Merry Christmas to you too. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you love the readings. North Carolina? Nice. Joe, my DMs aren't open. My DMs aren't open. I don't check. My DMs have been closed for a long time, actually. Hi, Sarah. Merry Christmas to you too. It's raining there. You're out running errands? Yes, I'm well. You've been on my mind lately. I hope you're doing well. I hope everybody's having a good day. I know we are on the brink of Christmas Eve tomorrow, depending on where you live in the world, obviously, right? Hi, Paul. Happy Christmas to you too in Ireland. Oh, Feliz Navidad to you too. Thank you. Merry Christmas. And to thank you. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. Sending you love to Nigeria. You're trying to keep pushing along, Sarah. You've got it. You've got it. Merry Christmas, Susan. I appreciate it. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Have a Merry Christmas to you too. Goose, thank you. Hi, Gina. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Roxy, my friend, Merry Christmas. I hope you're well. You crossed my mind the other day. I keep meaning to message you, and I'm sorry I've been so MIA. Hi, Nick. How are you? Merry Christmas, Gina. Thank you. Hi, Eric. Oh, thank you so much. Yusuf, I appreciate it. Thank you. Blessings to India as well. I appreciate it. I'm doing very well, Roxy. Very busy, but doing very well. This is your first time? Oh, welcome. We do card readings. We talk about life, energy, lots of things, lots of things. Thank you. What are your plans, Roxy, for the holidays? Merry Christmas and happy Boxing Day. Oh my goodness, I laugh. Every year I forget that in the US, you guys don't have Boxing Day. And I was just talking about this yesterday. Boxing Day is December 26th. It's like the busiest shopping day of the year. It was like the OG Black Friday. Like, I'm shocked. I always forget. I always forget that the US, you guys don't have Boxing Day. So what do you do on December 26th? December 26th is shopping day. Hi, Milo. Happy holidays to you. I'm well. How are you? Bucket would be MMA. That's funny. Amazing. Roxy, I'm so happy for you. I really am so happy for you. Thank you, Carolyn. Merry Christmas to you too. Nothing. You don't do anything on I just assumed Boxing Day was, I never thought, but I know in the UK, you have Boxing Day. Hi, Kristen. Yes. Merry Christmas to you too. I know Instagram was kind of glitching a little bit earlier when I tried to get on. Hi, Lee. How are things in the UK? I have an American accent? I think I sound so Canadian. I'm from Toronto, Canada. Merry Christmas, Milo. Yeah, in the stores, it kind of turns out that way, right? Boxing. You never heard of Boxing Day? Boxing Day's in the UK as well. Maybe it's because Canada and the UK are considered the Commonwealth. I wonder if they have that in Australia as well. Hi, Jude. Sending you lots of positive vibes for a new job. Thank you. So, Jose, how are you, my friend? It's so nice to see you. What are your plans for the holidays? Hi, Albert. I'm going to do a reading for everybody. Hi, Element. How are you? A lot of questions right now about reconciliations for sure, because I mean, it is the holidays, everybody's feeling emotional and nostalgic, and the best advice I can always give about reconciliations is to let things unfold naturally. Don't try to force anything. Hi, Anita. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Nice, Jose. I hope you have a wonderful time with your family. Yeah. So the same. So in the UK, it's the same. Like Boxing Day is like crazy. It's shopping. It's like people take a day off to go shopping. Bonjour, Mathieu. Joyeux Noël, mon ami. Merry Christmas. Thank you. I've actually never been to the UK. I mean, I've been to Heathrow Airport, but I haven't been. I have to go one day. I know that. Hi, Sue. How are you? That's amazing. You're going to do some breath work. Good for you. Happy to hear that. You don't like shopping? I mean, listen, when I was younger, I didn't mind the pushing and shoving of Boxing Day or like the equivalent of like Black Friday shopping. I feel like as you get older, you lose patience for such things. Now I don't have patience for that whatsoever. I don't even have patience to go to the mall on a regular shopping day in the year, you know? So, unfortunately, I'm not available today. I do offer emergency readings that basically get sent to you within 3 business days, or like a live Zoom within 3 business days. But where I'm at today in my schedule, I'm just really, really busy. I'm going to be live and then I've got some things to do. I got to get ready for Christmas with my family. Oh, I would love that. You're going to take me on a pub crawl. I would love it. I would love it. You're working today and tomorrow? And then only 4 hours on the 25th. Okay, Matt, make sure you enjoy yourself too. Well, everybody, tell me your word of the day. How are you feeling? Let's get into it. I want to pull some cards. I can't stay on super long. I've got to do a bunch of things around the house. I've got it's dreaded garbage day. You guys know how much I hate garbage day. Like the worst. On my street. I complain about it every week. But got some things to do, get some gifts ready for my family, and you know, you feel nostalgic. A lot of people are feeling the nostalgia for sure. My plans for Christmas are that I'm going to visit my sister and my mom, my niece, my brother-in-law, my sister's mother-in-law, my my step-niece and nephew. So we're having dinner together. Okay, the live quit. I got it back. How about my husband? I don't have a husband. No. All applications go through Jose, my head of security. Oh, you're feeling teary, Trish? You woke up crying in your sleep. I'm sorry. You know, Christmas and the holidays bring up a lot of mixed energies, you know, mixed feelings. So I totally get it. So I would just say, you know, do the best you can. You're feeling frazzled. Courage is the word of the day. Hi, Lynn. You feel like you live for love, but you get scared of loving again. Listen, there's nothing to be scared of. Your new love is not your old love. You know, We can't hold ourselves back. We always have to put ourselves out there. That's right. Jose says, please forward all marriage proposals to him directly for screening. Yes. Yes. I do have some on my YouTube, Harmony. I do. You feel depressed, Raven? I'm sorry to hear that. Hi, Gina. How are you? You know, look, love is not easy. Relationships aren't easy. The nervous system isn't easy to deal with. But I always say, like, what choice do we have? Like, really, what choice do we have? We've got to put ourselves out there. The only way to get better is to learn what you like, what you don't like, and go through the motions. That's really what it is. Hi, Jenny. Merry Christmas. You're taking care of other people. It is, Tina. It is very fulfilling. Just make sure you take care of yourself too, right? It's balance. Good for you. Good for you, Jacob. Do what you got to do. Put yourself out there. There's nothing wrong with putting yourself out there. Hi, Mish. It's that shaggy vibe that you love to send me, and I hear it every time every time I see your name pop up. I'm well, Mish. What are your plans for the holidays? Hi, Shelly. Merry Christmas. You're in Jersey. It's cold. Yes, it's cold here too in Toronto. I hear you. You're not far from me, technically. Toronto and Jersey or New York are not far. Quick plane ride. The path of love often has many obstacles, but love prevails. I agree, Dave. I mean, look, that's how we get better. Nice, Mish. I wish you a wonderful time. Hi, MD. Merry Christmas, Dawn. Thank you. All right, let's get into it. Let's pull some cards. I wanted to use the Christmas cards. Do I have them here? I guess I do. Let's see what's going on. Hi, Manny. How are you? Yes, Merry Christmas, Mish. My plans, I'm going to my sister's. Spend some time together, and that's pretty much it. Having dinner. Il fait froid. Oui, il neige beaucoup. We had snow last night here in Toronto. So, hi, Karen. How are you? Thank you. The one in the painting, yes. Is that your sister? Is that your sister? Is that your sister? When I'm in Germany, there's this painting right above or right behind me, and everyone always is like, is that you? Is that you? Is that you? And we always count how many times we say, no, that's my sister. That's my sister. That's my sister. Because obviously my sister's my sister. We do look similar. There are some distinct differences between us, but obviously you can tell we're sisters, right? So your son's coming over. That's nice. Oh, thanks, Manny. Lonnie, Merry Christmas. Yes, Merry Christmas Eve, Eve. I know. Is it just me or it just doesn't feel like Christmas yet? Like I don't feel totally Christmassy. I don't totally feel festive. I'm sure I'll feel better once I'm in the in the thick of things. Sorry, in the thick of things. But yeah, I don't know. Right now, I just don't feel totally Christmassy yet. It comes and it goes so fast, you know? So yeah, I know, Mish. I knew you'd laugh. I knew you'd laugh. Yeah, the system of weather that you have right now is what we just had. Oh, thanks, Shelly. My nails. Yeah, my nails. I got a purple glass cat eye nail last time. Oh, good for you. You have an interview next week. You got it. You got it, Kirsten. Don't worry. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it light, does it? So you're getting your nails done today? That might help you. Yeah, no, it does feel nice. Absolutely. Hi, Mike. How are you? I do love purple. Purple is one of my favorite colors, you know? So let's see what's going on here. Let's look at the current energies. Oh, the Chariot. Look at Santa and his sleigh here. This is an energy that says we got to move forward. Yeah, you don't have the Christmas feelings yet. You know, I think this energy right now is a bit of, yeah, Chariot is victory. Yeah, Chariot is moving forward. It's victory. I think the idea here is that a lot of people are in the nostalgia, they're feeling the grief, they're grieving what they once thought was going to be, but always remember that the universe gives you what you need, not always what you want. And it's important to accept that as a gift. I know that's not always the gift we want, but I'm telling you, it is worth it in the long run. You know, when you get the satisfaction down the road because you took the short-term pain, there's no better feeling. There's no better feeling when things start to align. And so I want you to look at it, even though I know it doesn't feel always great, look at it as the gift that keeps on giving. You know, if I hadn't had been sparked many years ago now, we're talking like, thank you, Joe, like 10 years ago at this point, really. If I hadn't have been sparked into this reawakening, I don't know where I would be, you know? I wouldn't have been happy. I would have been okay, but I wouldn't have been totally happy. And I look at it now and I'm like, I'm the happiest I've ever been. And that's because I've been working on myself. I've been getting better with boundaries. I've learned, I keep saying, I've learned the art of detachment, even when I didn't want to detach, you know? Yeah, Mish just said, I thank God for making me spirit led. Clark, that's the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, exactly. Hi, Maddie. How are you? Hi, Matthew. Hi, Arpin. Thank you. And so, yeah, National Lampoons. Yeah. I all I can say is that if I can do it, you can do it. And I know that everyone struggles with trusting the process, but it's really the best advice I could ever give you. Oh, thank you, Jacob. I appreciate it. I'm sorry to hear that, Kirsten. But you know what? We have to try to make new memories so that we don't have the trauma of the past, right? Hi, Boobs. How are you? So you're a highly sensitive person and you feel things more than you should sometimes. That's natural. A lot of us have that. But how we react to things is actually the most important thing. Okay? How we react. Let's use these cards here. Oh, you're a Christmas gift to me too every day. Exactly. We want to make new experiences, new levels of love, right? Do we want to be in the old or the new? Come on. Like realistically. If I asked you right now, do you want to be an old energy where you're sad, traumatized, feeling down? Do you like that feeling? Do you want that feeling? You know you don't like that feeling. You know you don't. Yeah, Christmas Eve. I want to be happy. I want to smile. I want to feel good. I want to laugh. I want to love. We don't want old bullshittery. No more bullshittery, people. Come on. We got to make it or break it. We're going to make it. There's no question. Commitment. How committed are you? And you know, Mish just said, I'm blessed. I want you to remember something. This is a time of year when we have to really count our blessings. There are so many sad stories around the world. And we have to check ourselves sometimes about what we're complaining about. You're committed to yourself 100%, Mish. I like that. I'm grateful too, Lynn. Thank you. I really believe it when I say it, though. I really do. I really do. I want people to have the best of the best of the best. I'm not going to give up in that. Never. And if even it spreads just a little bit to you guys, then I've done something. That's all that matters. So how committed are you? Now, there could be energy here about marriage, promises, fidelity, moving forward, relationships moving forward maybe. All of this is super exciting, okay? I want you to feel excited. Tell me something. Yeah, gratitude is magic. Tell me something that you're excited for right now. What's got you feeling excited? Can I check for myself? As in, like, can I read my own cards? I actually can. Not everybody can do that. It's a sad Christmas, Raven. Raven, did you, not to poke into your business, but did you get the results? Mike just said, since my heart attack and near-death experience, I count my blessings every day. Good, Mike. I'm glad to hear that. You just broke up after 7 years. You're petrified. Ducati, you're going to be okay. I know the feeling. Raven, I'm sending you a lot of love. I know that's not the result that you wanted to get. And I know that you're scared. And that's natural. But you've got a lot of support and a lot of love. And we're all here for you. For Turkish food? I do love Turkish food. Yes, I do. I told you guys that the other day. Everybody's sending you lots of love, Raven. And I appreciate you sharing your results with us. And, you know, we're always going to send you positive vibes and lift you when you need it. But this is a time when you've got to really push. Iskander and tarot for myself. Hey, listen, 2 of my favorite things. So, Raven, everybody on the other platforms is sending you love. Okay? I agree, Jacob. Miracles are real. They are. And Raven says thank you to everybody. Yes, Sarah. That's beautiful. Beautiful message. Oh, sorry, Sarah. I did miss your message. You're welcome. I'm so glad that I can bring some light and some information and joy to you guys. It means the world to me. You guys bring me so much. Honestly, I can't do any of this without you. You can handle anything. Honey, you can. Absolutely. Hi, Abina. Oh, Abhinav, sorry. So let's see. What else do we need to know? Oh, there's love in the air. Well, well, well. How many of you are thinking about love right now? Oh, thank you, Sarah. That means a lot to me. That means a lot to me. There's definitely like, let me ask you a random question. A random question. I don't know why I'm asking this question. Are any of you kind of like irritated? Like, I haven't said this in a while. Can I ask you something? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me ask you something. I don't know where I'm getting this from. Maybe it's just a random thought that just came through. How many of you are kind of like irritated with yourself because you're loving a little bit too much right now, maybe? Or you're like, damn, I didn't know I was gonna feel that way. How many of you, and it's not like I don't necessarily feel that way, but I'm picking up that energy from somebody, or I don't know. Is there anybody that's kind of in that vibe of like, maybe I care a little more than I thought, or damn, why did I let myself feel? And yet it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. But I kind of feel like there's somebody, yeah? Is that how you're feeling? Nick's asking the question, why did I care so much? Yeah, you feel this way, Sarah? Sarah's like, oh my God, yes. Cared too much. But is it really ever too much? You know, like there's a reason why we fall in love. There's a reason why we feel the things that we feel, you know? Oh, seriously, Renee? Renee just said, yes, I just came into this reading and you said exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah, a lot of you are feeling that. I mean, here's the thing. Love is something that is beautiful. Whether it works out for us or doesn't work out for us, love is what makes us better. You know, I always use, hi Ardella, I always use the example of going to the gym. Like we go to the gym and we tear our muscles so that we can grow them bigger and stronger, right? And it's the same thing with your heart. Your heart is a muscle, you know, you've got to break your heart a little bit in order to build it stronger and better for the next time, you know? So love is meant to crack you open, but also to make you better and stronger and happier. But it requires work. It's not something that's going to happen out of nowhere. It's not just going to necessarily fall in your lap. And a lot of pip. You haven't felt this way. There is a lot of pip in the air. Oh my gosh, the last few days. Nick just said, I don't regret loving, not the quantity, quality, or the duration. Yeah, Roxy, like it's crack open for sure. It does. Yeah, Roxy, I mean, like that's the whole point. Our heart is a muscle. We get heartbroken, but then we have to grow bigger and stronger. Nick, you didn't waste time and energy on the wrong person or on the wrong things. That's the thing I'm always trying to hit home. It's not that it was a waste of time. It was necessary to make you wake up. It had to happen that way. That's what I'm saying. It's a gift. Now, we sometimes spend a little bit too long in that energy, but eventually we get the point, I hope. Hi, Anne. Merry Christmas. Define love and cinnamon rolls for you. I love cinnamon rolls too. Yeah, the universe is testing us a lot right now. Do I like salmon? No, I don't eat any fish or seafood. Merry Christmas, Hannah. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Every person in our life is a lesson. Absolutely. So Renee, you're dealing with an avoidant. Yeah, it's very difficult to deal with somebody who has an avoidant attachment style. Totally understand. I know, Renee. Renee. Amanda. Oh my gosh. Amanda, of course I know it's you. Amanda, how are you doing, my friend? I send you lots of love. I know it's been a tough time for you too. That's okay, Ann. All good. This is our 4th Christmas together. It is. I know, Mish. It'll be 5 years that I started my TikTok on like March 6th. So crazy, crazy. So let's see. Potential or challenge today is the Page of Good Cheer. This is the Page of Cups. I want you to believe in miracles. Aw, thanks, Mish. I'm proud of you too. Thank you, Renee. That's very kind of you. You know, hi, Sunny. How are you? Happy holidays. How did I find my gift? In what sense, Boops? I know it's your Capricorn placements. I know perceived wasted investment. You want to see a return on your investment. The thing that you don't realize, Nick, is you are getting a return on your investment. You just don't realize it. You just don't realize it. This is the return on your investment, the gift of getting stronger and better and smarter. Do I know Lucy Lawless as in like Xena? I know, I used to watch Xena, Warrior Princess. How did I find my gift? If you're referring to like, oh, my psychic talent, ever since I was a child, I was intuitive. I have what you would call claircognizance, where I just know things. Like, I just know. The cards came more in like 2017, 2018, when I was sort of sparked on this journey. And I was so drawn to cards. One day I came across a tarot reading and I was like, I have to do this. Like, I just have to buy my own cards. And that's what led me to getting into cards, reading them for myself and for other people. Yeah, intuition. My whole life, I've always been very good at trusting myself. Yeah, Xena was a good show. I used to watch it too. Yeah. And Hercules, right? They would be on the afternoons. It wasn't the horse incident that cracked my third eye open, actually, Nick. I was playing at school on the bike bars. There were these bike bars that kids would attach their bikes to. And I was about 6 years old. And it started to rain when I was playing on the bike bar. Girls used to like sit on them and spin on the bars. Anyways, I was 6. I was 6. And so I would spin on the bars, and it started to rain and my hand slipped and I fell right on my third eye. I started bleeding from my head. Yeah, you did too, Sarah? Yeah. Hi, Daniel. And I fell right on the spot here. I actually still have a bump, like you can feel it. You can't see it, but I can, there's a small scar there. Most people can't see it. And that would be the time then I started having reoccurring dreams of what you might call now like the twin flame journey. I started having dreams about like a person, a scenario. And then when I was around 20, 19, 20, 21, I don't remember. I want to say around 20, I ended up having that dream come true word for word, like identical. And then the dream actually started to continue and it would morph and it would kind of morph from like person to person. And something, thank you, Paul, something that I think about this journey that most people don't realize is that if you've ever experienced this, it's not about a specific person per se. You think it is, but it's not. And it morphs into another person. So like the more you ascend, the more it shifts into a better version of a person who shows themselves to you when the time is right. Because I've seen it shift and I recognize the energy in different people as I've gone on. But where it's at now, it's at the highest level. It's at the highest level I've ever seen. You know what I mean? It's the archetype, Kat. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. You were born with it. Yeah, you are born with it. Everybody's born with it. It's a matter of how you tap into it. You know, how often do I do live chats? Whenever I can get on. It's not always every day, but you know, every few days. So, the page of good cheer. This is asking you to believe in miracles. It's so important that you believe that you can have the best of the best of the best. Your first near-death experience was at birth. Wow, Mish. Now, interesting. This card says fantasy. What? Sorry, some song lyrics came into my mind for a second. Boy. Okay, so what's your fantasy, everybody? What's your fantasy? Without me like breaking out into song here, but this is basically asking you like, what do you dream of? Like, what do you imagine for yourself? Mish knows what song. There's many songs that could have that word. But what are you daydreaming of? What are you trying to manifest? That's a loaded question, isn't it? I know it sure is. It sure is. You know, what are you dreaming of? It could be Mariah Carey, fantasy, sure. Could be what is it, Little Kim? I think it's Little Kim. What else do we need to know here? Oh, military person. There could be some sort of military reference. This could also mean somebody who is disciplined and structured. Are you dreaming about somebody who takes the lead, who is strong and powerful? You want to connect with your mother, but you have in heaven, but you haven't been able to connect with her. You have to really try to ask for it, Teeny. And I know that maybe you have, but it's a conscious thing. And I know it's frustrating when you don't feel that connection. You would have to mute and block yourself. That sounds amazing, madam. You dream of making a spiritual business next year. Yeah, Ludicrous. Isn't it Ludicrous? Yes, Kat. Isn't it Ludicrous? But who's on it with Ludicrous, though? You read my mind. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yes. Yes. Oh, Sarah said the same thing. Yes. Tell me what's your fantasy. Yes. Yes. You got it. But isn't there somebody who's on that song too with Luda? I can't remember. Why did I think Little Kim? It's not Little Kim though, is it? You want to start your own business, Boops. Amazing. Let's see, what should we focus on today? Oh, Three of Swords, the heartbreak, the heartbreak, the heartbreak. There's a woman, but it's not Little Kim. Yeah, why did I think Little Kim? Why am I thinking Little Kim? One time you had a whole dream that your family was at a funeral and actually came true. Oh, really, Sonny? Yeah, sometimes we have prophetic dreams like that. That's your heart right now. Look, we got to get out of this broken heart. You got to heal the broken heart. You got to heal the broken heart. The wound, the old wound. And I've been talking about this a lot lately too, a wound that keeps coming up for me. And again, it has nothing to do with feelings for my ex-husband because I don't have any feelings for him, respectfully. Um, the wound that I feel that has stayed with me is his betrayal. His betrayal. I never expected in a million years that he would be the one to betray me so badly and hurtfully. Hi, Cindy. And he was my best friend, and he was the one who was always there to protect me and help me, and we had such a great relationship. And his betrayal, that hurt me. That really broke my heart. That really, really, really broke my heart. And so I think if I were to look at how that wound affected me going forward, it was that I never wanted to be betrayed like that ever again. Even though I've always put myself out there, it cuts deep. Oh, it does, Lynn. It cuts deep. It does. But it's funny. I don't feel feelings for him. I'm not in love with him. I don't have that feeling for him. He's definitely a part of my past, and I say it respectfully. But it's that betrayal that I think is the hardest thing. And for every person, everyone has a different wound. Oh, Shauna, exactly, Kat, because Mish looked it up too. Yeah, Shauna was the feeling. I don't know why I was thinking Little Kim. But you get it, yeah. And so I think that's the one thing that we have to look at. What is the wound? Why does it bother us so much? Why do we hold on to that? You get it too. With your kid's dad. Never thought that of him. Yeah. I think I told you guys the story many times. It's been a long time, but there was a story about when did he get his karma? Oops, you know what? I don't worry about anybody getting their karma. I'm not judge, jury, and executioner. The universe takes care of that. That's why I always say, never, ever, ever, ever wish anybody anything. You don't sit there and go, I hope he gets his, I hope she gets hers, I hope they get, this, that, whatever. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because the second you start doing that, you start living with hate. You start living with resentment. You start taking on this negativity. Okay? And so I believe that the universe will take care of it. And you know what? My ex-husband, honestly, is a really good guy. He's a really good guy. I wish him well. I truly do. I truly do. Even though he did some terrible things, absolutely despicable things, I don't hold on to any of that. I forgive him. I wish him well. Hi, Chrissy. Merry Christmas. And the thing about after we broke up, there was this session that I went to with a lady, Maria Grazia. I've always talked about the story about Maria Grazia. She was in a very bad accident, and she damaged her amygdala in her brain to the point where she had 3% vision. Okay? And she had all these near-death experiences and psychic abilities that heightened. And it was really interesting because I go to this session. Now I'm thinking I'm going to get read privately. Like it was like her talking in the morning, and then she was doing readings with everybody in the afternoon. Hi, Britt, Merry Christmas. And the story is like this. We're like in this beautiful room, okay, with like these gorgeous big windows. It's a home, but it's like in a living room area. It's just really beautiful. And we're all lined, hi Pero, we're all lined around the room. And now she's 3% vision, okay? So she cannot see, but she can see maybe some shadow. And she's walking around the room, and everybody's worried that she's gonna trip or she's gonna fall or she's gonna whatever. But no, this woman navigated all around the room, and she would just go randomly to somebody. randomly and do like the reading. And she did the reading publicly. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? And I'll never forget when she came to me. She asked me to stand up. She took my hand, put it in her hand, and she put it like this, like on my chest, right on my heart. And she said, right in front of everybody, I was so mortified, even though she had good intentions. And she said, a little bit like Teresa Caputo style, a little bit. And she said, Kelly, your heart is so broken. She goes, your heart is so broken. And she goes, hi, Erin. She's like, you did not deserve what you got. And it's like she described everything about my situation without really saying it to people. And I remember, like, I'm not a big crier, and there's nothing wrong with crying, okay? But like, I don't always like cry and show a lot of emotion that way. And I'll never forget that moment. I was standing there in this group of people. She's reading me publicly. She's got her hand like on my hand, right on my chest. And she goes, you didn't deserve what happened to you. She's like, your heart is so broken. And in that moment, I just like broke out into tears. And I think that, hi, Dirash. And I think that, again, the wound that came from it was the hurt of the betrayal. Because you never think somebody's going to hurt you like that. You never think somebody's going to hurt you like that. And I've learned that I can't have a closed heart. I can't assume that somebody new is going to be my ex. I cannot assume that everybody's going to hurt me because it's not true. It's not true. Yeah, cat betrayal hurts terribly, but holding on to it, exactly, gives power to the other person. So I have forgiven him long time ago, long time. He's still my mortgage agent. Like, can you imagine? He's still my mortgage agent. I trust him with my finances. I don't want to be in a relationship with him, no offense, but I trust him with my finances in that aspect. And, you know, we have a good understanding with each other. I wish him well. It was a time in our lives, and that's it. That's all it was. It was a season and a reason, and it's all good because honestly, I could never have stayed in that energy any longer than I did. I'm happy that I got the gift that I got. The betrayal, it helped me. I don't wish it on anybody, but it helped me get better. And so it's only made my life better than ever, I guess you could say. I don't know what other words to use. You know? You don't trust any man with your heart or your money. So Brenna, that's the thing. We have to open ourselves up. And whenever I'm giving advice, I want you to know something, because sometimes I've had people misunderstand this or they'll question me on it. My advice is never to just throw yourself into a relationship. It's not about a relationship. It's about putting yourself out there to get better, to get stronger, to know your boundaries, to get experience. If you're not getting experience, then how are you ever going to change? And you know, there was a video that was posted by an astrologer. I believe it was Ivy Underwood, I think her name is. And so to give her credit, I've said this for years, and I was so happy that she made this video. And the video was about the fact that people go to an astrologer and will say, when am I going to meet my husband? Or when am I going to meet my person? Tell me when. Show me in the chart. And then when she tells them, so to speak, they say, okay, I'll wait. I'll wait 3 years. I'll wait 4 years. I'll wait. And her response to that is, experience is your greatest teacher. You can't just sit and wait for something to just fall from the sky. It doesn't work that way. So many people are afraid to put themselves out there, you know, to get hurt, to become vulnerable, to learn the lessons. How else are you going to get the love or the relationship you're desiring if you're not putting yourself out there? Like, that's like saying, I want all the rewards and do none of the work, or some of the work, or a portion of the work. It just doesn't work like that. And you have to ask yourself, how much longer do you want to delay your happiness? Because that's what it is. You're just delaying your happiness. You have to do the work. And that's the one thing about me is that I never stop putting myself out there, ever, ever. You're not going to embarrass yourself. Charlie, you're not going to embarrass yourself. Why would you be embarrassing yourself? If that's the case, then every single human being who puts their heart on the line embarrasses themselves to some degree. And I'm not embarrassed to say that I've embarrassed myself. How about that? I've embarrassed myself, but that's okay. It made me better. It made me stronger. And I don't really care what other people think about what I did or didn't do. What matters is that I feel good and that I'm getting the things that I want. Falling in love means you take chances, Ardella. So divorce is a deep heartbreak. Breakups are a deep heartbreak. I'm sorry to hear that, Zev. That's a tough one. But you got to take a leap of faith. You have no choice. What choice do we have? Right? So anyways, I digress. The broken heart is something that we all have to deal with. That's a human thing. But how you respond to something says everything. So, ecstasy. Chasing thrills, excitement. Don't you want to feel good? Yeah, the human condition. And then yet, you know what's funny, Nick? Whenever I'm explaining the human condition to my students, it's like the most complicated thing to ever explain to a human being, and yet we're all humans. Whenever I have to explain what the human condition is, people just look at me and they're like, I don't get it. And it's like, when people say, I can't get along with this person, or I have nothing in common with this person, that's absolutely silly. Because as human beings, we can all relate. We all make mistakes. We all go through the maturation process. We all grieve. There's a million concepts that are the human condition, right? Or the human experience. And so this is all part of being a human being. You're going to love and you're going to lose. You're going to have loss. You're going to have heartbreak. You're going to have sadness, but you're also going to have incredible highs. You're going to have satisfaction. You're going to have victories. Yeah, dating is fun but exhausting, but it's not meant to be easy. Life is not meant to be easy. Yeah, the alchemist, the universal language, absolutely, is love. Authenticity, be yourself. Look, you're not going to lose what's meant for you. You know what's funny? Love, if I had to pick things that like how you know someone loves you, like how do you know? When you can be your most weirdest self, when you can say whatever, like you could say something that is just so in your mind stupid, and yet they don't run away. They don't run away. Like you can just be you. And I think if someone doesn't love you for who you are, then you don't need that person. That says more about them than it does about you. So Mia, Maya, all you can do is trust the process and see where things go and have strong boundaries. That's really all you can do. Don't let people do whatever they want. Don't let people walk all over you. I used to overgive way too much. Now, not anymore. Now, I don't know why the last little while I keep saying the art of detachment. Let me tell you about the art of detachment. Nobody wants to detach. It's not fun to detach, but detachment is your best friend. You have to be willing. You have to be willing to walk away even when you don't want to, even when your heart doesn't want you to do it, even when it breaks your heart, because you have to love yourself more. Good day. Happy holidays. You have to love yourself more. A nice Canadian group there, Nick, the Bare Naked Ladies. Yeah, we put too much pressure on ourselves. Yeah. Detachment is your best friend. It is your best friend. It's what works. Tell me a time it doesn't work. Seriously. That's how you're going to know whether somebody really wants you or not. Because if you detach and they still come back, that tells you something. But if you allow bad behavior, you're not going to get what you want. They're not going to respect it. They're not going to respect it. How do you detach? It's a tough one. It's a deep conversation that one has with themselves multiple times a day for a long time. You know, when I think about myself, detaching, I would constantly have these conversations with myself that said, Kelly, trust the process. Kelly, trust the process. Kelly, trust the process. You know how this is going to go. You know what's the right thing to do. You know what the long-term goal is. You have to take the short-term pain to get the long-term gain, because once you get sort of sucked into the short-term gain, you end up with the long-term pain. You have to be self-aware enough. You have to look at the bigger picture. You cannot take things so personally. And I think that's one of the things that many people struggle with, is that they take these situations so personally, when in reality, the majority of these things have nothing to do with you. How do you stop loving somebody? It's not about whether you have to stop loving somebody. You can love somebody, but love really isn't actually enough. Love is not what sustains a relationship. What sustains a relationship is vulnerability and respect and two people being on the same page. It's about trusting the process. It's about learning and not trying to do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. If you're allowing bad behavior, eventually that's on you. And I know that sounds really harsh, but at a certain point, if you're not liking the way something is going or the way somebody's treating you, you have to look at it and say, well, why? Why is this happening? Hi, Jill. You have to always put yourself first. And it's sad that we live in a society that we're shamed for doing what's right for us. We're always pressured into overgiving and overdoing and problem solving, and there's this is guilt. How dare you? How dare you love yourself? How dare you put yourself first? How dare you not want to do that favor for me? How awful for you not to think of other people. That doesn't mean you're not thinking about other people. My goodness. And if somebody is sitting there guilting you and making you feel like crap because you want to put yourself first or you want to live your best life, well, then there's something wrong with this. When you love yourself, everything else will fall into place. It does. Yes, Jill, happy holidays to you too. I mean, I've learned this lesson the hard way. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with being generous. I'm generous in a lot of ways. You know, there are times in my day or in my sessions. I mean, this could be teaching, this could be online, this could be on live. Look, there are some days, and you guys know this from me doing sessions with you, there are some days that I will spend above and beyond my time. Because if I have the time and I can do it, I will do it. There are some days when I don't have the time, where I have to stick to the hour that I have with you or the half hour that I have with you, and there's nothing I can do about that. But it's okay to say no sometimes. It's okay to protect your energy. I don't have to do what everybody wants me to do because they want me to do it. And that's the universal message to all of you. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. It is your mind, it is your body, it is your soul. It is okay. And if somebody's upset with you because you can't reciprocate, or you don't feel the same way, or you can't, then I'm sorry. That says really something about the other person. That is selfishness. That to me is the definition of selfishness, not you trying to put yourself first. Because to me, there's two different ways you can look at selfish. It's okay to be selfish in the sense of putting your best interest first, because it is your mind, your body, it's your soul. A bad example of selfishness is when you have a total disregard or disrespect for what somebody feels that they want to do for themselves. You don't have to be in a relationship with somebody just because they love you or want to be with you. You don't have to sacrifice yourself. You don't have to bust your butt all day, all night because you want to make other people happy, and they're going to shit on you if you don't clean up properly, or if you don't do this favor for them, drive them here, do this for them. Seriously. It's like envious versus jealousy. Exactly, Mish. Envious meaning I envy that. I would love to have what you have, but jealousy means I hate you for it. And there's a big difference, you know? Oh, Suresh, I have no, I have no negative thoughts at all. Um, I'm not doing anything to myself. I am in the happiest place I've ever been. But people have the right to make decisions for themselves that make them feel good. Nobody has to be forced into anything. It's called boundaries. That's really what it is. So, yeah, for your own health.